putu pleple. Ikitu kute. Isaka putu pleple. Isava puteke. Imete putu pleple. Welcome to UPU Revival episode 4. In this episode 4, I hope to convince you that this fight is not about DeDon and Evelyn. This is not me struggling for office or for power. Rather, a group of Urobo sons and daughters that are right thinking, that want the truth, that want what is right to stand right. These are the group of people that wants to stop this evil. And we shall indeed stop this evil. Take a look.
Stand together on this matter. Rejection of imposition in UPU Canada leadership. Dear members of the press, we members of the Urobo Progress Union of Canada wish to express our strong objection to the imposition of Evelyn Obaguonona as the president of UPU Canada by the UPU worldwide. Such an approach undermines the principles of democracy, fairness, and transparency that should govern our organization. Leadership positions must be determined through a legitimate and inclusive process that reflects the collective will of the members. I urge all stakeholders to uphold due process and ensure that the leadership selection is carried out in a manner that respects the voices of all members. Any attempt to impose a leader without broad consensus is unacceptable and sets a dangerous precedent. We stand here to say that there was no election. There was no election. And if there was no election, then we can't have a president. We call that the leadership of Urobo worldwide should rise up and do the needful. Yes. They should rise up and correct the mistake that they have created. We want peace. We want Urobo Progress Union to be a union that carries honor and respect. We want people who are faithful, people who are transparent, people who are honest to be at the helm of affairs of UPU. We want to be very proud of our union. We stand against every form of imposition of Evelyn upon us. God bless UPU. God bless all Urobo sons and daughters that stands for truth. God bless Canada.
Thank you. If there was an election, we can consider the resolution from the mediation. But there was no election. So if you now say Evelyn should serve her tenure, who voted her into that tenure? So if we accept, we are building illegality on illegality. And if we keep doing this, believe you me, it will implode and we can't make progress. Back home, they think it is DeDon that is fighting Evelyn. It is not. What I see is fraud. Because there's impersonation now, there's hijacking of a process, there's non-compliance of the bylaw. And we cannot sit and fold our hands.
UPU has been, do I say, 100% politicized. And so the Makaba dance that Evelyn is dancing, there is a drum being beaten by somebody somewhere.
So let us petition the PG, giving a time frame within a week to revise. Otherwise, we will take appropriate action. And let us petition Evelyn, and let us take legal action.
Having been someone who would have voted for Evelyn on the eve of the elections, for some reasons, elections didn't hold. And I thank God I never voted. And if I had voted for Evelyn, I would have actually lost my dignity. Because in all, I have realized that she was very desperate. Very, very desperate to become the president, whether voted for or not voted for. So the resolution from Nigeria, it's all mess. I would never be party to that. And as you can see, you can't compare where you have 5 persons to where you have over 50 persons in the union. So obviously there was no election. No election was held, and Evelyn is not the president of UPU Canada. Thank you very much.
There was never no election. No election was conducted. How they arrived in Nigeria to make Evelyn their own president needs to be questioned. And going forward, if we don't correct this injustice now, it means people coming behind us, is this same thing is still going to happen. This thing has to be corrected, and it's now or never. On this issue, I stand gidigba. I stand for truth, integrity, accountability, and transparency. Evelyn, Obaguonona, Akpojiyovwi, you know that you lack those 3 things. You do not fit to be president of UPU Canada. Thank you.
We don't have president in UPU in Canada. There was no election. Please. And I came back on Orira Rosso. The back on a disappoint Oreo. Okuama Fari sorry. Only receive vote. But we all agree because we have one mind and we'll stick together. We won't accept Evelyn as our president. Period. I stand for truth. Nothing but the truth.
A lot of us left Nigeria because things were not working fine. Why were they not working fine? Because a lot of people were suffering from what I call stomach infrastructure deficiency. Me, myself, and I mentality. If it's good for me, nothing else matters. That's what they are doing right now. We sent them a petition October 1st.
In my opinion, I believe that the leadership of the UPU worldwide dropped the ball on the situation that they would have been able to use to unite the Robos worldwide. We cried to them to tell them that there was no election in Canada. We were the ones who went to meet them. But then, due to certain things which happened, they came back to tell us that the person who naturally imposed herself as a president should be supported. The facts of this case are that no matter what anybody tells you, there was no election in Canada. Not one vote was cast. Irrespective of whatever noise they were going to make a case for themselves. We want the world to know that not one vote was cast for that election for anybody for Evelyn. So it is absurd to come to us and tell us that we should support somebody who was never voted for. On this ground, we stand to reject in its entirety the decision of the UPU worldwide that everything should be imposed on us. We as UPU here in Canada would chart our own course to make sure that justice, fairness, and equity are the hallmarks of which we are known, and we're going to strive to maintain such and not be beguiled or derailed from the course. Thank you very much.
My take regarding the UPU verdict from Nigeria is straightforward, unacceptable. Because looking at the facts, there was no election that was held. We were all present. The election was not held. There was no declared winner. How did they come to the conclusion of ramming Evelyn down our throat at UPU Canada? It's unacceptable. The executive in Nigeria should have a rethink. the Fiji in Nigeria represents the collective interest of the Robo people globally. So it is imperative that the decision that is coming from Nigeria is people-centered. In the reconciliation group, facts were presented before the executive. So they should rely on those facts before drawing conclusion. So they should revisit those facts. That is my suggestion. That is my opinion. The verdict that came from Nigeria is unacceptable. It does not give a better picture.
Both Barrister Esegam and Dr. Authority, I am not sure they read the credentials, the papers that we submitted to them. If they read those papers, they wouldn't give such a conclusion. There was no election. There is no portfolio for anyone who has started running. So I don't know the reason why. Vote to what was Tane? Evelyn or Ikesware? Or Hokero? What I'm no I no Ted Doffa or didn't know that I to tie na or men above one. As Chief Barrister Esegam because me go war, but other than Akpojiyovwi Horere, Ede Gwejokewe, who worry your town Hore on about we move. Calling I won't move your waro. Or you're not very bad. Or you really, please, you people should treat things the way it's supposed to be treated. Thank you very much.
I believe we should be taken to court. We should go through legal actions. We've always said they should be petitioned. They should be petitioned in any way. They are trying to steal integrity of people. They're trying to steal the identity of certain group of people, which a mandate that was not given to them. That's fraud. So they should be legally persecuted, or we should take any legal action we can.
Now you can see that it's not about me. It's about a group of people who want revival. Wherever you are, Urobo sons and daughters in Benin, in Delta State, in Asaba, in Warri, in Lagos, in America, here in Canada, in UK, in Europe, stand up and join this fight for the revival. We can't fold our hand and allow few individuals who want to benefit themselves continue to abuse and drag Urobo backward. It is time to make sure justice is served. It is time to make sure we speak truth to authority. To my dear sister Evelyn Akpojiyovwi, Obaguonona, by now you don't suppose to say this struggle, or rather this evil, don't hit rock. There is time for everything. Oh, you deme okemute, okemudete kolwe, okeno kovlemudia, wakurobo kona. Every evil hand that refused to repent, that hand shall be burnt. So Evelyn, I go beg you, by now, even your followers don't see the truth. If you watch episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and this episode 4, and you still think, saying na me they struggle for something, then I go rather say it's unfortunate. So, for those who is supporting this cause, thank you very much. God go bless you. I will end here. Bakome, Migwo. My brothers, Miyerio. Isi agwariyo, Egoro. Hey! Imiti bubudu pleple. Akopitoko. Emokupu keke. Isigiri gigidiko. Imiti viti futete.